initial stages, consultants are actually not able to help to that extent. But beyond a point, once a company is funded, when the scaling up opportunity is there, that's where the consultants play a key role. So there's a huge opportunity for consultants sitting out there to look for clients who are totally funded and who can help the investors and the entrepreneurs give that kind of a return on their investment which these venture capitalists and private equity funds are expecting. So when you do that, when you come into young organizations like these which are funded, then you have to share in the risk. So you don't get paid upfront. As Professor Mitra was telling the co-panelists earlier, that I don't get paid for what I do because they don't have the ability to pay. There's a young guy who comes out of an institute, he's able to get his father to contribute $1.5 lakh, 2 lakhs, right? And he has a brilliant idea, he wants to start off. So if he comes to a person like me and I say, I'm going to charge you 10,000 rupees for 2 days of consulting or a day of consulting, he can't afford that. So how do you get paid by him? Say, I'm going to partake with your risk. So I'm an equity holder along with you. So he parts with a fraction of his equity. So you truly become a partner, as my co-panelists have been saying, that you truly then become a partner with your client. So what you're doing is you're participating in his success or his failure. If he succeeds, right, you succeed. If he fails, it's a piece of paper which you're holding. So that's what I believe is true partnership and true cooperation with your client. That how much skin you have with him in the game is extremely important. And it's a long-term relationship which you build. It's not one-off, that you bill a person on an hourly basis and say, I'm out. I billed you for 20 hours and 30 hours. And here's a report, and put it on the shelf at the back of your table and be happy that you once hired someone like this. But I think here what happens is that you truly are part of one's journey through his or her life cycle. Because once you are an equity holder, you are an equity partner with him forever. If he exits, you exit with him. If he doesn't exit, you stay with him. Or unless he becomes so large that he's able to do an IPO and you make money out of that IPO. But that's what I believe is a lifelong relationship with the client. So that's what I do, and I would say that that's the model which India would love to have with consultants. There's so many people looking for advice. There's so many people who would benefit by the insights and the collective wisdom in this room, but they can't afford. Even if they can't afford, they don't know how to engage with people like us. So what I will also ask Rajiv and his committee members here is that you should have a marketing kind of an arrangement where people can access you. Because it's very difficult. There's so many entrepreneurs who come to me that they're looking for HR help, but they don't know whom to go to. So I pick on people and say, okay, fine, he's good, why don't you go and talk to him? So I think your institute can really help these small and medium enterprises and young entrepreneurs to really select the right consultants or advise on the right consultants to help him or her grow the business. Now, I think, as I said, that it's difficult. Consulting space is difficult. I'm realizing that I've always been used in my 35 years of service to get a one fat paycheck every month and not to worry about things. Here, what happens is someone walks in and he doesn't have the ability to pay. You say, okay, fine, I'm going to take some equity in you. And you have to give him equal time. Whether you're getting paid or not getting paid, he expects you to contribute, he expects you to spend time with him. Right? And when you're like this, it's like a doctor, right? A poor patient walks in, he's in a flux. He doesn't know whether he should charge, he should not charge. So it's something like that, right? That so many people walk in with brilliant ideas, with nothing, almost nothing in their pocket, and they say we want to bring this into a reality. You must have heard of a chain called Yo China, right? They are a Chinese food joint, right? They started like this. I'm mentored. Yeah, right. I mentored those youngsters, and they came to me that they want to be in restaurant business, right? So I said that Chinese food is something which is catching on, right? Chinese food is either sold out there in the wagons, right? You see those vans out on in the cordons, your chow mein and others soups being sold, or otherwise you get them in a very high-end restaurants. So that's what's a niche, right? And as Smriti Raja just said, they sold out for 25 crores. So if you have the right idea, you have the right mentoring, then you really create wealth for yourself. So I think it's important to realize that there are so many young people in this country who are wanting to do things, and the only thing they lack, they have extremely good degrees from FMS and IIM Ahmedabad and the IMIs of this world, but what they truly lack is mentoring after they have left their institutes. They're left open in large organizations and management trainees. They float around, right? I have been one of those trainees, so I know that. If you ask me that did I ever done anything in my first 5-7 years with the large organization I worked for, I don't think so that I learned anything. The only thing I learned was that if I become the managing director of that company which I started my life, what kind of a car I'll drive. That's the only thing I learned. So I think it's a great opportunity for people like in this audience to realign themselves, reach out to young people, right, and help them create businesses and truly become partners, and hopefully that they become rich one day.